G'day, it's Simon and James. Welcome to South OC Cars and Coffee. We have perfect weather. We have some really special cars, like everything you can think of. James, what have you seen this morning?
So first of all, we have the all-new Ford 2025 Mustang GTD here this morning, which is just, I mean, it is one of the craziest cars that we've ever had here from an engineering standpoint, a physical, just, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
We have a Mark II Ford GT. We have a crazy GT1 wide-body Lamborghini Murciélago, a couple of Sterratos. I mean, it's just a great day for cars this morning. Super diverse.
Yeah, I think you've nailed everything that I've seen. There's some crazy stuff. Hey, we're doing a bonus video on that Mustang GTD. The more you read about it, the more you can see how amazing that car is. So make sure to check out that separate video. We'll talk about it a bit on here as well. Hey, don't forget, if you're coming to South OC Cars and Coffee, please remember to respect our rules. No speeding, no revving, no burnouts. That includes getting on and off those freeways and on the streets of San Clemente. Mate, we got a ton to see. Let's go for a walk and check some stuff out.
Let's do it. Starting off the exotic row with an absolutely insane new Lamborghini Revuelto. This is the only time that I've ever seen this color here. We've had a few purples, a few blacks, and this is the first blue that I've ever seen. It is absolutely stunning. Very nice. It's like a Tiffany blue style interior to match that exterior as well. The all-new V12 hybrid making around 1,000 horsepower. What do you guys think of this? Between this versus an SVJ, which are you guys taking? Make sure to comment down below. Next to the all-new Revuelto, we have a beautiful Ford GT. We've had a few of these over the last few weeks. This one is very unique. It has no stripe down the middle, which I actually really like. It's a lot more understated than a few of the other ones that we've had, but it is so pretty. And then next to it, we have Rob's all-new Lamborghini Huracán Sterrato. Absolutely love this car. Factory sand exterior with a military green interior. It is so cool. He's done a phenomenal job speccing this car. He also has that green Huracan Evo rear-wheel drive with a white interior, which I love. His specs are always on point. It is the day for rare cars here today. We have two legends side by side. First of all, the Lamborghini Murciélago with the GT1 wide-body kit on it. This thing is absolutely wild. We've had this here a few times before. You can see the 3SDM wheels on there, these crazy louvered fenders, the extended fenders in the back. Just such a menacing looking car. Next to it, the Gallardo Performante. So I'm sure most of you guys know the Huracan Performante, but this is the predecessor to this. Love it. I think this is Rosso Mars that we have on this car. And the interesting thing is that the Performantes were convertibles for the Gallardos compared to the Coupe or the Spider for the new Huracans. But this thing is absolutely beautiful. Hasn't aged one bit in my opinion. Absolutely love it. So here we have Vlad from Laguna Gale Collision with his brand new 992 GT3 RS. You guys would not believe the transformation on this car. So LNC picks up these crazy crashed supercars and absolutely rebuilds them to factory spec. This car looks as good as new. You could never in a million years tell that it was crashed. He's done a phenomenal job. I love the shark blue exterior on this, the white accents as well. He custom paint matched the wheels to the stickers on this car, the lightweight interior, the blue match roll cage. He has done such a beautiful job of this car. Very good. Here we have another Sterrato in the front row this morning. I know down there that we saw that sand-colored one. This is a beautiful metallic green that has pretty much the exact same interior that Rob's has. You can see once again the military green on the inside. Alcantara everywhere, gold accents. Absolutely beautiful. I love this olive exterior. They've done such a good job speccing this car. These, what I believe are magnesium wheels and the goldy bronze finish set up for that roof rack as well. What an awesome car. I think I can confidently say this is the only wide-body F8, not only that I've ever seen, but also that's been at South OC Cars and Coffee. This one belonging to the guys over at Newport Drip. It's a featured SEMA car, Liberty Walk wide-body kit on it, Tiffany blue exterior. I absolutely love what they've done with it. The difference with the wide-body from Liberty versus a lot of other companies, you can see it's kind of like the standard, the almost classic, I want to say Japanese-style wide-bodies that are actually bolted onto the car as opposed to a molded wide-body. Done a very good job. Love this paint match interior. Very pretty. Love it. And then next to it, we have the Lamborghini Urus with the full Liberty Walk kit. Very similar to the 1016 kit. You guys can see it has these molded fender arches on the side. This one isn't riveted on. They've done a good job with it. You can see the satin carbon on this car. Very cool. Way more aggressive than factory. They've done an awesome job with these builds.
This insane Pantera has been at the show before, one car of the week. There are so many little details about this car that are absolutely mind-blowing. Like, have a look underneath the hood there. A couple of nitrous oxide bottles and a whole lot of solenoids. That should give you a fair idea of what's going on. But you look at the integrated roll cage that's built into this car. Gated shifter, come around to the back, and we got a couple of snails back in there, wastegates. This thing's super cool. Now, one of the pieces of trivia, if I remember rightly, is this is actually using an Australian V8 engine. So Ford Australia made 351s, which we used in our Ford GTs over there, GTHOs. Allegedly, the metallurgy of Australian V8s is actually stronger than the US built. Go figure, Australians are stronger than Americans. Geez, I could have told you that. But anyway, these guys are laughing at me when I say that. But this car is super cool. So obviously, 351 Australian block, a couple of snails on it, got a Moroso catch can over there. This thing is super cool. Just the little details, like, you know, look underneath here. Go back and check out the car of the week video where we talk about this car. It is a super cool build and certainly worth some attention. Great time to mention this. On Saturday, December 7, we are doing our annual Toys for Marines. This is in honor of Mickey, who used to organise the event. Great guy, since passed away, but for us it's a big thing for us. Toys going to Marines who are either going through financial difficulty or deployed, all of those sort of things. So make sure on Saturday, December 7, you bring a toy to the value of $15 or more, unwrapped, and we'll have a truck here from the Marines, load that up and take it down to Camp Pendleton. Hey, this thing's pretty cool. This is a GTO Judge, which is actually 3-owner, unrestored car with only 86,000 miles on it, it says down here. These are great cars. I see these still coming up every now and then for sale, and there's not that many of them. I mean, the Judge package was kind of cool, set it apart from a regular GTO. But the fact that this thing is unrestored and in this condition, it is super cool. Have a look at the shifter on this thing. Great car. Great to see these unrestored original vehicles like this at the show. Actually, next to it, have a look at this. This is a GTO, similar sort of era, but obviously, once again, pristine condition. This one's same 455, but this car is a regular at the show, and it looks like it's just come off the production line. The restoration on this is just beautiful. The way that they put the original markings, as you would have seen from the factory. It's even got this battery that looks like it's period correct in there as well. All the cables, all the high tension leads, the hoses that got GM stamped on it. This car is a regular and absolutely love seeing it. So two great Pontiac GTOs, one obviously the Judge, and then this beautiful drop top sitting here.
Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Yeah. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same.
As we mentioned earlier, we have a ton of new merch. Make sure to come to the show, come to the merch tent, or check it out on the website, southeastcarsandcoffee.com. Ton of stuff. There's a beautiful design here with a Porsche, but we've got some new hoodies, we've got beanies, we've got regular hats, we've got some spray jackets as well. Lots of cool stuff. Make sure to check it out. Here's the hoodie that I was wearing this morning. I just love this design. There's the front, there's the back. So Southeast Cars and Coffee, make sure to check the merchandise out on the page or come to the show. In behind this crowd is the star of the show this morning. This is the Mustang GTD, brought here today by Ford Corporate. There are so many things about this car that when you look at, if you don't know, you'll just miss. I mean, maybe not looking at it. Look how much wider it is than the standard Mustang. That's because it is carbon fiber bodied, but there's more to it than that. This car actually features a 5.2 litre supercharged dry sump V8. It has an 8-speed transaxial twin clutch transmission, a carbon fiber drive shaft, tons of aero like these vents on the side, massive forged carbon brakes in there as well. Just wonderful things underneath this aero that you can't see, and obviously venting in here. But look how the rear aero, not only is this active, but it also is connected to the C-pillar, not to the actual trunk lid or the rear down here. So when you get downforce, it's actually pushing it sort of to the front of the wheels. Now, I'm not sure that you'll be able to see it down through the top. It actually has opposing pushrod style suspension, and you can see those opposing dampness in there like a full-blown race car. So this is a Mustang that's designed to compete directly against European sports cars. It has a top speed of 202 mile an hour. As I mentioned before, 815 horsepower, and they're gunning for a sub 7-minute Nürburgring lap, which will be the fastest US car ever to go around Nürburgring. Make sure to check out our other bonus video on the car. We actually interviewed Mike from Ford to talk about the car, especially things like this color. Have a look how beautiful this is. This is a paint to sample. If you buy this car and you want a one of one, for $50,000 you can get it actually painted in an exclusive color. But there's other little details as well. I don't know whether we can see in there. There is a wheel for controlling, like a little dial in there. It's actually made from recycled titanium from a retired Lockheed F-22. So an amazing car, puts the Mustang at a whole different level, and definitely worth checking out the video because this is a absolutely mind-blowing car. Now, because we had the GTD here today, we thought we'd invite some other Mustang owners, and sitting right at the front here, one of my best mate Pete's. This is his GT 350H replica, or was originally. He actually removed the stripes when he did this car up. But this is such a great car. It's got those wonderful original harnesses. Actually has one of my brackets here, fire extinguisher brackets in there as well. But he just got this car completely done up. It has such a tough motor in it. And then next to it we have got a GT 350H. Lots of other Mustangs down through here. Starting over here, this one brand new 2025 here. Next to it, Jeb. A good friend of mine is actually running a Whipple on the top of it. This guy here, if you have dents in your vehicle, you need paintless dent removal, this is the only guy I would trust. I'll put a link on the video below, but Jeb has taken dents out of my Camaro, out of my truck, out of Sarah's previous car and a Porsche. This guy is absolutely amazing. And then next to it, Jeff, this thing is an absolute monster. This car is just, I mean, obviously you can tell by the tyres and it's got a Whipple under it, but it's got some really cool things like, rather than using a vacuum actuated bypass valve on the Whipple, is actually an electric operated one, so you can actually, in the tuning, can actually change the car. So a ton of Mustangs through here, obviously here to celebrate that amazing Ford GTD. Thank you so much to Ford for bringing that out. R35 just pulling in here. These are still such a great car, you know, when you consider how long the R35's been around. Not only does it still look great, it's actually still a great performing car as well. So it's always good to see. Love the whole GTR family. We had a couple of R34s the other day. I love R30. All of them are great. Whether the R36 will be what these cars were from an iconic perspective, only time will tell. Great looking little 32 Roadster sitting here. I still love 32s and 34s, all that era of hot rods. This one, it says, originally frame modified by Boyd Coddington. American Hot Rod was his TV show. Chip Foose sort of worked there for a while. Like, iconic guy. This little car's really nice. Unlike a lot of guys that'll put a small block Chev in them, I like the fact that this is running a small block Ford. It is a Ford 32, so why wouldn't you put a Ford V8? So great to see like a small block Ford in it. Just, it's got a real sort of traditional look. Mickey Thompson's on the back, some decent rubber. Just a great looking style, simplistic gauges that look like they're almost period correct. Fun little thing to drive around in. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to that. That is one of the toughest sounding cars we get at the show. That is a big block Chevy, naturally aspirated, and such a wonderful sound. That is music to my ears. This is an interesting old car. This is a 1952 Mercedes-Benz. Love the fact that the front doors are suicide doors. I won't touch the owner's car because they're not here, but you can see that's actually partly ajar, suicide door. What a great old car. I mean, remember the era that this would have come out. This is sort of post World War II, and so Mercedes had to refine themselves after the defeat in World War II, and these were the cars they were building. This is a little 170S, but it's great looking back at the history of Mercedes. I mean, let's face it, they were the first people to commercialise or manufacture the automobile, and it's great to see these little snippets of time. Now, this one's interesting. Somebody's got a Colorado custom steering wheel on this, and as I look inside of it, it's obviously been modified, so it's probably got a newer running gear in it, etc. But great looking old car, huh? Next to it too, I noticed this when it came in, this is a Chevy Nova, and the colour on it is really good. I hope the camera kind of picks it up. It's a mica paint, so even though it's sort of got a grey colour, there is a gold colour flake laying underneath it, including, if you look up on the actual stripes themselves, there's like so many different colours in there. There's like a purple, there's a green, there's a yellow in that flake, same over here as well. Really great looking colour. And sitting under the hood, a traditional small block Chevy running a what looks to be an Edelbrock carburetor underneath there, or maybe a Carter, hard to tell, but a couple of great old cars, huh? Now, here is some classic JDM just monsters of cars. This era, I don't think will ever be recaptured. So, starting up a couple of Supras when Supras weren't built by BMW. There, I said it out loud. This is the era, inline six, classic, known, wonderful cars, tons of horsepower. Next to it isn't this pretty. This is an R34. I've got a real soft spot for these. I love the look of the front. It just has that sort of aggressive look to it. Next to an R35. So 3 really beautiful cars, and then even a little Civic there as well. And I'll tell you what, if that's a Civic Type R, that deserves some attention as well, because that actually held the record for the fastest lap time front-wheel drive car at Nürburgring. So great lineup of cars through here. When I saw this car rolled in, I thought, I've seen one of these before, and actually not in the flesh, but on a billboard when I was in China in April. I took a photograph of the billboard because I thought it was such a great looking car. It's got, as you can see, 720S-ish lights, and the side of it is very Porsche Taycan sort of look. But this is what you can expect to see coming out of China in the future years. They are building cars which are not only beautiful on the outside with their design cues, but also, having ridden in quite a few, they are built really, really well as well. This one is actually 700 horsepower, which is, I mean, that's a decent amount of power, right? I mean, if you had an internal combustion engine with that, you'd be pretty impressed. And I think the guys just said 400-mile range, something like that. Here we go, look at this. I've got a card here telling me that the range is actually 750 kilometres. So for all you people out there who don't understand kilometres, divide or multiply miles an hour by 1.6, and that will give you kilometres. Or divide 730 by 1.6. So great looking car. Hopefully we'll do some more with these guys and some actually product reveals in the future, but great to have them along. Thanks for coming out, guys. So a line of cars through here. Fisker. Fisker has come and gone a couple of times. Of course, Fisker then went on to become Karma, resold, completely separate, nothing to do with the original Fisker motor company. Then these guys started up, and unfortunately they've gone under again. I was just talking to some of the owners over here, and this is a group of owners. This is not a manufacturer that's brought these, because there is no manufacturer. They went broke. So these poor people have bought these cars, and now there is no warranty, there's no after-sales support, there's no idea if they're even going to be able to get spare parts. There's no concept of whether they're going to be able to insure the cars in the future, and there's no even guarantee that if they decide to sell the car, that a bank would even finance somebody else to buy this car from them, because the manufacturer doesn't exist anymore. So it's really hard on the owners. There's almost like there should be some sort of underwritten guarantee by a manufacturer to say, we have this much money in the bank, and if we go under, we will support you. But unfortunately, it does not seem the case. And just talking to some of the owners, I've said, how do you handle warranty? And the guy tapped his back pocket and said, my wallet. So really unfortunate. They're not a bad looking car, and they had some interesting design cues, but hey, just these people love them obviously, and they've bought them, but now really they're on their own. Wait a minute, this is not just a BMW here, and aside from all of the stickers, I nearly walked straight past it. Have a look at that. It's got a Honda VTEC engine under the hood, some nicely crafted headers under there as well. That's pretty cool, huh? I bet this is a great little race car. I mean, it's got the ability to adjust the camber adjusters there, which is kind of cool. Decent radiator on it as well. So somebody set this up for a little bit of track or autocross style driving. Pretty cool, huh? Little Honda powered BMW 2002, I think it is. Let's come around the back and have a look. I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is 2002. Very cool. We love getting clubs to South OC Cars and Coffee. These guys reached out in advance, gave us all their details so they could come in early. We got a mix of 370s, 350s, 300s. Great looking, what I think is a 280, 240, all the way through all these classic Z cars. Just so iconic. This one's beautiful in the British Racing green. Inline 6, and in this case twin SU carbs on it, which looks kind of cool. If we come out the other side, this one a little different. This is actually running which looks like triple side draft carbs on it, Solex carburetors on it. So really cool. Yeah, so great looking little car. Love these Z cars. They once again, they're starting to pull big money, and rightfully so, because they are pretty, they drive well, they're really iconic, and they do deserve to be collector's cars. So I just spoke to the owner when he was driving out. Remember I showed you this before and I said the steering wheel was a little bit unusual? Yeah, this has got a 300ZX engine in it, so it is very modernised and yet looks so classic and original. Pretty cool, huh?
That is it for a very busy South OC Cars and Coffee. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and also thank you to Ford for bringing out that crazy new Mustang GTD. What an awesome event today. I want to say a massive thank you to all the sponsors. We have the Bracketeer Way Marketing, Mazda, Maguire's, iAccident Attorneys, Next Level Auto Protection, Sierra, Ineos Grenadier, Carbontastic, Happy Jewelers, Beckwith Financial, Josh the Auto Buyer, and then Coldwell Banker Realty as well. And then I want to say a massive thank you as well to all the volunteers for coming out each and every week and helping us put on this event. We could not do it without you guys. Remember, if you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee Merch, where we handle all the volunteer rostering. And then while you're over there, check out some of the new hats, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, everything that you guys could possibly want. Beanies,
spray jackets,
everything from South OC Cars and Coffee. If you are volunteering, you get to bring your car in before 8:30, and then Ruby's Anna provides a free coffee and donut for everyone helping out.
Yeah, big thank you to Ruby's for doing that and feeding the masses as well, and a big thank you to Outlets and San Clemente for allowing us to be here. Remember, if you need to do any shopping, go to the movies, grab a coffee, go to a restaurant, whatever, come to the Outlets, tell them South OC Cars and Coffee sent you. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and comment, all that stuff. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.
Thank you guys.